Okay, move the September 19th minutes to next month.
So I'll motion to table.
I'll second.
Jean, all those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, approve minutes for November 21st.
All right, meeting called to order at 5:38. Directors present, Jack, Jean, Jed, and Albert. Flag salute. Approved minutes for September 19th. Jean motion to table, Albert second, approved 3-0. Approved minutes for October 17th meeting. Jean motion for approval, Jed second, approved 3-0. Financial summary for October. Motion for approval by Jean, second by Jed, approved 3-0. Reports, Rosamond Event Center status, Jean. Grant money should be in the day. We may have to wait until the first of the year before we start any new work. Pavers are not finished yet. B, Event Center events, Diamond Blue wrap up. We had some technical issues. We will continue to improve as we have more events. C, Renew Biz grants 2019 status. Doors and windows to be ordered. D, grants 2020 EV charging stations. Work in progress moving forward. E, 2019 budget and taxes. Work in progress. Need another audit company. Current company is too expensive. F, new marketing sponsorship campaign, Joe and Jack. January launch for new program. This will be an annual sponsorship program. 6, new business, Holiday Boutique, December 14th, 10 to 4. Second event. We have about 20 vendors expected at this time. B, chamber meeting, dark, December 19th. Motion by Jed, second by Albert, approved 3-0. New members, none. Member comments, Terry talked about the Parade of Lights on 12/7/19. Director comments, Jed. Jed made mention about someone at the racetrack wanting to sponsor a skate park in Rosamond. Adjournment, motion by Jed, second by Jean, approved 3-0 at 6:18.
I'll move to approve.
Move to approve by Jean.
I'll second.
Albert second. All those in favor? Financial summary, December.
All right, for the month of December, we had an income of $60.87. That's the interest from the CD. Expenses, we had no grant expenses. We had program expenses of $750. Chamber facilities and equipment of $595.16. Operational expenses of $95.98 for a total expense of $1,441.14. So we had a net income of the month of minus $1,380.27. For the year to date, CD interest was the $60.87. Event center events, $1,000 in income. Reverse of monthly statement fees, $36. Program income, $7,572.51. Grant income, $27,287. Membership income, $1,855. Total income of $37,811.38. For expenses, no grant expenses. Program expenses have been $3,451.95. Chamber facilities and equipment of $5,446.07. Operational expenses of $1,477.80. For a total expense of $10,375.82. So our net income for the year is $27,435.56. Our balance sheet. So you'll notice on the balance sheet, we don't have the CD on there anymore. The CD was transferred to the Mission bank account as per the closing of the loan. So the building is paid off now. So we no longer have that expense, and the CD that was there to secure the loan has been taken out and deposited into our Mission Bank account. So the Mission Bank account is currently sitting at $17,004.48. Business checking with California Bank at $4,401.97, and the grant account at $28,237. Let's see. Undeposited funds of $135. And then we've got our fixed assets of the building and land at a total of $38,000 for the two. So our total assets equal $87,741.82 with liabilities to match.
I move to approve.
Move to approve the December minutes.
I'll second.
Robert second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Alrighty, let's get on to our reports. Rosamond Event Center status. You want to give us an update on that, Jim?
Right now, we're on the, we've got most of the pavers in. And hopefully we'll have those completed next month. As far as the concrete goes, I'm gonna try and get a building permit for our storage shed. Once I get that done, then we can contract with the concrete guys and have the concrete poured. Solar, I've got to get a permit for the solar and work with Edison. And the windows and doors are all ordered. They should be in by the end of the month. At least that's the plan right now. I called for an update, but they didn't call me back. So I think that's pretty much the status of construction on the event center.
Okay. Which would actually cover C as well for Chamber 2019 and new biz grants. That's kind of same status on both, since that's all grant money that we're going to be using.
The grant money's in, so all we have to do is get prepared. And, well, we're gonna have the like I said, we'll have the windows and doors in. Should be right at the end of the month, so that grant is finished. All we have to do is make our report, and we'll have that grant done. And then hopefully in February, getting the permit for our storage shed should be pretty easy. I say it should be.
Right.
I did check with planning. Planning said it was okay to put it where we want. So that was a big hurdle. So now I just need to draw up a set of plans that would be adequate for some small building like that. It's on a commercial property, so it could take a little bit more, I'm not sure. I'll find out next week. And then it will just leave the solar, which I need to contract with Edison and then buy the material and line up, getting it put installed.
What kind of ETA are we looking at for the solar and for the cement?
Probably for the solar, I would say more like in July. I would say that would be.
And the cement?
End of February.
End of February?
I'm looking at it, the end of February.
Good. And then in terms of, on item B for event center events, we discussed it, and because we did have one event with all the dust issues and things like that, we felt it was best that we wait until we get the cement done and then get the DG down so we can control the dust if we have any windy days. Because when we did have that, they were
I don't
complaining.
have any wind in the valley.
just a little, yeah. So we did have some complaints even on that first event, you know, with people with dust in their eyes and stuff like that. So we didn't want to have another event and have to deal with that type of issue. And we didn't want to put down the DG until we got the cement walkways done and so forth. So probably, we're looking at spring, trying to do our first event. We don't know exactly what, it'll be some kind of spring-related event, you know, maybe a spring boutique of some kind or something, I don't know. But we do want to get the cement walkways in and get the DG down before we do another event, just because of the dust factor and stuff like that. Okay, D, grants, 2020 EV charging stations. You want to talk about that one?
I really haven't done any work on it yet. It's something that I'll have to talk to planning about and see, get their input, if there's any challenges with that.
Right.
And then I did look it up on the internet. There are a lot of grants that we can apply for.
Right.
So I think that once we get past a couple initial planning hurdles, it'll be just a matter of writing the grants and applying for those different ones.
Well, you would think with the new charter for solar going on these days, that there would be some funds out there somewhere for it. You
No, I'm sure there is. I just hadn't been able to take the time to find the right place. But,
Right.
Oh, I'm sure we'll get them, and they won't cost us anything.
Okay, E, 2019 audit taxes, discuss that with the forest auditor.
So we had to look for a new audit company because Berkey Cox was just too expensive for what we were wanting to do. I did contact two others that were recommended to us. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
One of them was not taking any new clients. The other one was Nigro and Nigro. I put the email on the back of our sheets here. We got a couple prices, one for an audit, one for just a review, as after looking over our year-end statements and balance sheet, because we had so little as far as income, his recommendation was to try and save us some money and do a review rather than an audit. So right now, if we wanted to go and do the full audit, the quote that we were given was $5,900, and for a review it was $3,200.
Now, what would be the difference between the review and an audit?
So an audit is a full audit where they write the audit report and everything else. A review, they don't go as in depth with the review. They will go through everything and make sure everything's there, but they're not going to go back and double check some receipts and everything that they would necessarily with an audit. And then as far as the taxes go, they quoted as just $150 for each year that we needed. So it was 2 years, so it's $300 for the tax filings, which shouldn't be too bad.
Yeah, that's reasonable.
So I sent this information to the board through email to have a discussion, and then if you guys had any questions, I could get those over to Michael Klein over there at the accounting firm and get any answers to those before we make a decision, or if you guys are ready to make a decision now.
Where were they located?
They've got 2 offices. I believe one is in Marietta and another is in Walnut Creek.
Okay.
So he did make mention that if they need to come out to the office to check anything, they do, in the quote, put in $250 for mileage. But over the phone, he was saying it sounds like we should be able to just email him the QuickBooks files for them to go over.
Well, I'll move that we take this bid for review and have the taxes done.
Now, the review still comes with a written statement?
I believe so.
'Cause I mean, that's. really
I
all
could
we
double
need for
check
our
if you
rec-
guys want.
Because that's really all we need for a record, is just a written statement. It's pretty much.
Well, I guess the real question is the bylaws do call for an audit rather than a review. I don't know if that's something we might want to change in the future just due to the cost of an audit, and it being kind of unsustainable to necessarily do that on a regular basis when we compare the cost of an audit to our regular income. You know, price-wise, I like the review because it is less, but the bylaws do request an audit.
Do we want to,
If you have more questions, I could go ahead and submit those to Michael if you'd like, regarding the process.
yeah, do we want to do a special meeting on that, or include that in on the 30th? Or
We can, that way we've got more board input as well.
that's what we say, just discuss it a little better and we can check into the bylaws aspect of it too.
Yeah, because I believe Berkey Cox price was about $69,000.
Either way, this pricing is actually pretty reasonable compared to the other quotes we've had so far. So, but, and I always like to save money, but if we really do have to go to the audit versus the review, I mean, we can look at that.
Yeah, because that's $6,000 is a good portion of the 10 grand from the city we just got in. And, you know, if we could save it, great, but.
Yeah. All right, let's, we'll tack that on to our, we're gonna have a special meeting on the 30th. Let's just add that to that, and then we can discuss it more depth, and, because we gotta get it done, we gotta get moving on this regardless. Are they, and they're probably getting into the busy season now too. So, let me see. Well, unless you think we need to do a special meeting real quickly, you know. What do you think?
No, I think we could do it at the special meeting for, was that on the 30th?
Yeah.
Yeah, we should be okay with
Is that
that.
okay with you?
Fine.
All right, then let's tack that on to the special meeting on the 30th. Okay, let's see. Were you all done with that?
Mhm.
All right, item F, new marketing sponsorship campaign. We've had some discussion, but we were talking about adding this to the 30th special meeting. We're also having a special meeting we already scheduled for that topic, because there's some things that we're looking into that we want to confirm before we come up with our new marketing campaign that we have in mind, that we got to see whether we can do or not do. So, not really going into details yet, because I don't want to give them out unless I know that we can do. But we are working on some new stuff. And we've been discussing this topic amongst ourselves quite a bit, because it seems like business has changed drastically in terms of membership, how they advertise, what they're looking for support. There's just a lot of changes we've been discussing, and part of this 30th meeting was part of that as well. How to obtain new members. It's been almost the point we got to just stop dragging down and hold membership in front of them and say, I want to check right now, almost before they'll join as a member. or even sometimes membership. So, and a lot of the businesses don't feel that the chamber benefits them, not from us, but just in terms as a business necessity to join the chamber. They feel that there's no value. It's gone more towards social media, advertising, and things of that nature, and they put more value into that type of marketing support and they do the chamber. So it's been a tough battle trying to get new members and retain some. We do have new members, but it hasn't been an easy road trying to get new members. And it's not like we haven't tried. We've been over there. NAPA's a good example. They said they were going to join. They've been joining. They've been over there several times. I've taken their forms to them, and they still haven't joined. Same thing with the urgent care. They told me 3 times they're going to join. I've been over there, and it's been good conversations every time we've gone, but they just haven't joined. So usually when I go over now, I try to say, let them know I'm going to be coming over visiting, have a check ready. I'd be happy to take it from them, and even still, it's all I forgot, that kind of stuff. So that's why we're looking into new marketing strategies that we've been discussing to entice businesses to want to be part of the chamber, to where it does have a value to them as a business to want to be a chamber member. Okay, and that actually ties in with a new business topic, new business 2020. We've been looking at many new marketing strategies and how businesses do businesses these days. And one of the things that has hurt the community too, not trying to drag a dead horse out, it's just a fact, is the pop shops around town, where a lot of the businesses have left for various reasons, and for the businesses to come back to that area, it's going to be a long road, once that issue ever gets resolved. So it's not going to be an easy issue regardless. And so, these are some of the things we're looking at and discussing, and how we can get around some of the challenges of the community and stuff like that to restore the chamber back to what it was and what it should be, and also try to adjust to some of the new business strategies that are out there that have changed as well in the past few years. It's changed pretty drastically. And then also, I guess the Palmdale and Lancaster chambers are going to be merging into one building, is what I hear. Did you hear that, Terry?
I know they talked about it.
Yeah, I know they talked about it. I don't know if
They're talking consistently about that, so I think that's probably gonna happen in July.
And so, and I've heard from a couple of people on that topic, and it seems along the same line of discussion in terms of just how businesses support the chamber now versus what they used to has changed. And then some of the costs associated with running the chamber, especially in large communities like that. Some of the expenses get pretty high. Sometimes more management can be a little bit better. But, that's a tough road regardless, no matter where you're at. And so, there's a lot of things to look at and try to get basically what we're trying to do is get this chamber in a direction, and it's no fault on previous management or anything like that. It just has to do with the changing times of how business runs. So we're just trying to establish some new directions that may benefit the chamber down the road. When we're not in office and able to run it. Hopefully we can have some stuff set in motion that will carry the chamber financially in the future. Because we can't always count on the solar companies. they're not gonna be around forever, and they're already starting to dwindle in terms of their support, even though we still got 3 EDFs, S-Power and EHC's got the only 3 that's really been consistent now with community support in general, where in the past we've had, 5, 6, 7 solar companies that were eager to support. That was during their actual construction phases when they were active with the community, and then once they get their project done, then they just kind of forget about the community. So, and that, we're dealing with where they're at now. So we are looking at new ways just to overcome a lot of those new challenges that have changed in the past couple of years. New business item B. Welcome to Rosamond sign. Jed's not here. Apparently the welcome to Rosamond sign down there got tagged pretty good. But talked to Jed, and he said he's going to take care of it when he gets some time next week or so. And he's going to go out and clean up the graffiti on the welcome to Rosamond sign. Okay, new members. We have ROSECARE Pharmacy. They're over on over by Ramon's there in the shopping center on the east side. Real nice guy, Kareem. Been over there several times. He's a real good guy, and we're going to welcome him to the community. In addition to Roberto's Mexican food restaurant out on the west side, has joined as a member, and so we can move to vote in our 2 new members.
I'll move.
Jimmy? Robert? All those in favor? So welcome ROSECARE Pharmacy and Roberto's Mexican Food. Great guys. Okay, any member comments?
I just have a comment about the audit that you're doing. Did you talk to quite a few companies in Lancaster and Palmdale,
Yeah.
which would be a lot closer?
Yeah, we did. They were wanting like $12,000. The company that did ours before was wanting like $12,000. Yeah, I mean, it went way up. Otherwise, we would have used them, but yeah, it went way up. So then Laura recommended a couple of companies to us that they use, and this is one of those 2 companies. The first one was not taking on any new business, so we couldn't use them. One of the ones that Laura recommended. But the second one that she recommended, that's the one that I would show a proposal on tonight. And so far, that's been the cheapest prices we've seen here. So I don't know why these increase. I don't know what you guys paid back last time we did one or not, but I don't think there was anything close to that. So I think the last one was only, what, 1,200 figure max? 800?
I don't remember.
It wasn't that much, So, yeah. So we got to take a good look at that. Okay, anything else? No. Okay, any director comments?
I don't have any.
Just want to welcome our new members, ROSECARE Pharmacy and Roberto's Mexican Food. And then just mention again that we were able to finally pay off the building, so that's a big step forward in help to cut down our expenses. And looking forward to the future with the solar and everything, cut down more expenses to help build the chamber without with as little overhead as possible. So
Well, that's going to save us $400 a month right there, right?
$450 a month just on the mortgage. So things are looking good, and we've got a bright future ahead of us, I think.
Good. Anything you want to add, Laura, from your perspective on anything?
No, I'm good. You
Okay.
guys are heading in a good direction. I would just probably suggest that you do discuss changing the verbiage in your bylaws with regards to the audit. I think that an audit and a review are extremely similar. Maybe get a statement from one of the companies about what that difference is. But I think with an audit, you know, I think that that's geared towards organizations that deal with maybe hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars and multiple, you know, income and debt, you know, receipts and things like that. So I just don't see how you need to go that big of a dive, so.
Yeah, well, that's kind of what I was thinking we talked about. Now, in order to change the bylaws, we have to do a member vote
Yeah.
to change those. But, you know, and how the bylaws should be worded on that, whether it should say review or audit. Honestly, if the prices keep going up those drastically on audits, you know, the chamber ain't gonna be able to afford to have it.
Right. And I just don't think it's necessary for you guys, you know.
So, or if there's any other options to where we can streamline or like you were talking something about, you were talking about one day with getting a certain classification that we're gonna have to pay.
Oh, well, we can do that with property tax, yeah.
Oh, you was talking about property tax. So, but, yeah, anything we can do to save money for the chamber, we need to do it.
Once we get the audit, then we can file papers with the state to become exempt from property tax. But we can't do it without an audit, or some kind of,
Audit or review?
I think either one would probably do.
Yeah. Sure. I mean, basically, all you're really looking for is just a third-party representation of, are you keeping your finances in order? Is really all you're looking for. And a third-party review is about the same thing as an audit versus it's not certified like an audit would be. And, but, you know, we're looking at a $2,000 difference, so, you know, if we need to consider changing the bylaw verbiage, is that, and I'm trying to remember, does that just require public meeting vote and who's ever in attendance, or?
Yeah.
That's
We
okay?
have to put out a notice to all members that there's a request about changing the bylaws. We have to send out what those changes are. And then the vote is at a meeting, at a general membership meeting or regular monthly meeting, and then whoever's present.
All right, so we just have to provide notification that we're gonna vote on at this meeting?
Yeah.
Right, okay, that's what I kind of figured. So, so it's possible, we'll include that in our meeting minutes on the 30th that we're having for the new marketing campaign. And then, if we do, and it sounds like we probably should, if we do change the verbiage on the bylaws, then we'll send out the notification within the time span it's supposed to be, and then at that next meeting, we'll vote on the changes, just so we get the review done and get this behind us, so we move on. Okay, no other comments? There's a motion to
I'll move.
adjourn the meeting. Gene?
Second.
And second by Albert. And Jed never made it. All those in favor?
Aye.
2-0. Meeting adjourned.